Okay, then let's talk about the 9 to 5. I've spoken about the 9 to 5 before. Should you just leave? Should you just quit your job now? Today was your last day at work. Stay in bed in the morning. Don't go. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Now, let me break this down. For the majority of my adult life, I worked a regular job, the 9 to 5. I had loads of different little jobs, but my last one, I stayed there for 7 years, right? I ended up quitting recently, like a few months back. I'm not going to go into how I quit. You know, if you follow the channel, you know what I did, how I did it, whatever. Now, why did I quit my job? I quit my job because I was making more money outside of my 9 to 5 than I was in my 9 to 5. Way more. Was it way more? It weren't way more. It weren't way more. It kind of was way more. But I knew while I was at work, I felt like I was losing money because all the hours that 9 to 5 took from me or consumed, I could have been doing what I was doing on the side. And what I was doing on the side was making me more money with those limited hours. So I couldn't get it out of my head. Oh my God, with all these extra hours that I could have, imagine how much money I could make, right? So I made the decision to quit my job. Now, did I quit my job a little bit prematurely? Maybe, because the way I was making money wasn't proven over a long period of time yet. But I took the gamble, I removed the safety net, and I didn't crumble under the pressure. It lit a fire underneath me, and I've been going off the momentum ever since. Now, everything's good for me. Now, why did I work a 9 to 5 for so long when I've gone on record saying I absolutely hated the 9 to 5? Everything about it, I hated having to eat at a specific time. Whenever I wanted to take a shit, I had to rush because I felt like people were waiting for me, managers were waiting for me, having to ask for a day off to go on a break or fill out a form and ask for permission. I hated everything about it. It was just crazy to me. In my mind, I could never work like that for the whole life until retirement. There was no way. Not to mention the money. Even if the money was good, that way of living was just every day. Come on. But I still needed it. I needed money. Now, I moved out with my parents when I was quite young, 20, 21, moved out with my parents, rented my place, I got my own place, blah, 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 got my car. My pride, that was more important to me, having my own place and having things and having a bit of money in my pocket was more important to me than sitting at my parents' house and just refusing to work a 9 to 5 because I don't agree with how it's set up. You understand? Like, refusing to work a 9 to 5 is pretty much refusing to make money. So if you're refusing to make money, you never really, no matter what you want to do in your head, you're never going to succeed anyway because the money's not really, you're refusing to make money from the get-go. Now, when you go into a 9 to 5, the mistake I made and the mistake that you shouldn't make is I kind of got consumed with whatever company I was working for or the people, and I got too involved and I got too passionate about the little things I was doing, and I kind of became a 9 to 5 worker, even though in my head I knew eventually I was going to leave and I wanted to leave and I'd hated it. But you know, some days where this job isn't that bad, actually this job's quite easy, and then you have a laugh with people there and you kind of and then you come home and you're kind of tired. And then you do a little bit of overtime and your paycheck's a little bit more and you get a bit more comfortable, and then you get consumed. Now, if you go into the 9 to 5 knowing that the 9 to 5 is only a stepping stone for you to get to where you want to be, you are using the 9 to 5 to fund whatever you're trying to do, then that's a different thing. You'll end up leaving the 9 to 5 a lot quicker than I did. I got consumed. As much as I hated it, I still needed my own place. I still needed to pay my bills, pay my rent, pay my car. I still needed to appear. My pride, I needed it. I couldn't walk around saying I didn't have a job. I couldn't do that. I just didn't feel right doing that. As much as I hated it and as much as it made me miserable, a lot of the stuff I was able to do within my life, my 9 to 5 funded it. All those trips to IB for little things, you know what I mean? Getting my first car, getting my first place. My 9 to 5 funded all that. Is what it is. Now, side hustles, I got side hustles that started getting momentum. Some of them failed, I bounced back, done it again, blah, blah, blah. All different types of things, and I managed to break out of it. Now I'm thriving. But I cannot sit here and tell you to just quit your 9 to 5 prematurely or to refuse to work a 9 to 5 to begin with. 9 to 5 is a huge stepping stone. In this modern age, it should be viewed as a stepping stone, and that's it. In my opinion, if you enjoy it, just stay there. And before I go, When you get your 9 to 5, be strategic. Now, if you know you're leaving anyway, and you know you're just trying to fund your side hustle or whatever, you don't really have to be passionate about the job, right? So simple. If you like playing video games, sorry, just go work at the store where they sell the video games. Well, is it Game Station? Whatever it's called. The modern day Blockbusters. Why don't you just go work there? If you like drinking coffee, go work at the coffee shop. The stuff that, like, you can be more strategic with the places you work. At least pick a place where you enjoy the products that they're selling. If you like fashion, go work in retail. You know what I mean? Go work at Zara or something. You don't have to work in a warehouse with a high vis with steel toe cap boots. Most men do that, especially the young guys. You don't have to do that. You know what I mean? Put yourself in social settings as well where you have to talk to people. It grows character. Another thing, me working a 9 to 5 and moving out my parents so young, I've been out in the real world. I've had like grown man stress from a young age. You know what I mean? Like, I was even like a 45-year-old man at 21. You know what I mean? So it's built character, and that's why I'm the man I am today. And I do owe it to the 9 to 5. As much as it is modern day slavery, it's necessary to get money in your pocket to start off with. Unless you're just fortunate enough to pop off as soon as you start getting like 17, 18, you pop off with your ideas straight away. It's not going to be like that for most people. So your plan is to quit the 9 to 5 eventually, but just use it as a stepping stone. Don't refuse or quit prematurely unless you know you've got that fire. And the fire is going to be lit. Most people crumble under pressure. So I'm fucking this video up. I can't really speak today, but you know what I'm trying to say. Peace.